performance, and what have been your impressions as you go through camp this summer?
Well, I thought we were pretty good. We made some mistakes early in the year that I didn't like, that we got cleaned up. Just kind of talking about last year with some detailed things. We got better as the season moved along. We had, the first rule of special teams is don't have a terrible thing happen. The second rule is try and make a big play that creates momentum or field position for your team. There are many good examples of us making plays in special teams. Everybody always talks about the kickers in special teams or the returners, but we focus so much of our time and energy on the details and the fundamentals that go into those guys covering kicks and how to avoid, how to play the ball in the air, proper technique to blocking, and all those sorts of things that I thought we were pretty efficient last year. We certainly have room for improvement. Today's work was kind of on line with some good with some bad, some things that we have to get cleaned up as we head into the first game. Obviously, much has been made about the first game, and rightfully so, and special teams will play a large factor in that. Early in the season, playing a quality opponent, you've got to make sure that you're on point with all of those details that affect field position and momentum in the game.
Raise your hand, we'll get you a mic if you got questions.
Yeah, Justin, kind of a two-part question. What have you seen from Josh since he's been named starter in terms of confidence level as he moved a step forward in that? And then the second part is overall from the offense, now that they know the quarterback's in place, what are your impressions of that unit?
Well, I haven't seen a dramatic change in Josh. We named him the starter because we felt like he was ready to do that. So it wasn't, he may feel different internally. I don't know, I haven't asked him. But I've seen a guy that has grown in confidence and mastery of what we're trying to accomplish. But we saw some of that before we named him the starter, which is obviously what led us to that conclusion. Offensively, I think they're getting comfortable with him in there. That being said, you're only one play away from having to change guys back there, so it's important that we get work with those other two as well.
Paul?
Coach, what, if any, significance do you attach to being preseason top 25 team?
It's nice, honor. I appreciate it. I don't really want to devalue the people that vote for those things. I think those things are fine. We haven't addressed it one time with the team. We won't address it. The bottom line is nobody's played a game. Nobody really knows how the season's going to go or what things are going to transpire. So we don't put a lot of stock in it. It's not something we talk about or think about.
That's where he was from spring practice. Has done some really good things. Devin is probably a little bit behind schedule right now. He had a little bit of a concussion issue early and sat out our first two scrimmages. And which was unfortunate because it's kind of, you'd like to see him take that next step. So actually tomorrow will be a big, I think a big telltale sign, so to speak, of where he is, if he's quite ready to, go compete. Obviously for all of our freshmen, I really like this freshman class. I really do. I think there's some really extremely talented kids that will help this program. How soon, some of them, we'll see. But we've thrown a lot at them. We're not slowing down for them. They've got to catch up to us. But I've been pleased with Devin's development. We'd like to be sooner than later, but that's all part of it. But there's a good battle right there. Obviously there's just some good competition at that spot.
Yeah, Cam, have you sensed maybe another step forward, confidence-wise, for Josh since he's been named the starter? Kind of what have you seen from him since now he knows he's going to be the guy going into the opener?
I have seen a jump in confidence in Josh. I think once Coach makes a decision like that, we have some certainty. You can, you know, kind of relax a little bit and not be so tense on, you know, trying to do everything so perfect. You know, that's not to say that he hasn't still trying to do that, but, you know, just a bit of a relief, and, you know, you can tell that he's a bit more comfortable out there now.
And how does that kind of affect the rest of the offense, the other players?
I think it helps, you know, everything. You know, the quarterback is, you know, the leader out there. You know, he's supposed to know everyone's jobs. So we look at him and see his confidence, you know, how calm he is. And I think it rubs off on especially the younger guys. So I think he's done a great job with that.
C.J. Carroll, when he talks to us, he seems pretty loose, like kind of fun kid. His tweets this offseason about being maybe a little chip on his shoulder for being overlooked for being small. How much does that motivate him, and what is his personality like as a teammate?
CJ is, you know, he'll play around with you, all practice if you let him in the meetings, but he is a very hard worker. I think that does come from, you know, his stature not being so big, you know, but I think his size doesn't, you know, limit him on the field of what he can do. And to him, it just, like you said, it makes him play that much harder, want to work that much harder, and just show people, you know, your size isn't everything. It's actually, you know, it's in your head and your heart. So, you know, I think that works well for him.
Do you remember a first impressions? I mean, you're here, and then there was Isaiah and Bucky. CJ looked different. I mean, do you remember looking at him and thinking, like, who is this little guy?
Actually, we were both, you know, back from Maryland, so we played in the same conference. So I knew of him already. I knew he was tiny, you know, but you know, that's him. You know, he's a cool guy. You know, doesn't really, you know, talk bad or anything like that. Very optimistic. So you know, he's great to have around.
Norm, based on your own recollections of your first camp as a freshman, what surprises you about what Hezekiah Grimsley has been able to do thus far? I remember Coach Fuente mentioned a few days ago that his consistency has been pretty amazing. That, you know, it's unlike that, you know, unlike a true freshman to see that kind of thing. Is there something that stood out to you based on what you recall from your first camp?
I think the thing that actually, yes, there are some similarities. But I think the thing that most stood out to me was, you know, with him not being that big, I think maybe like 170 something, but it's like, you know, he's not afraid to go out there and compete with guys that outweigh him by 30 pounds, or, you know, guys that, you know, have some accolades or stuff like that. But, you know, that's what we need from the young guys, you know, to go out there and compete no matter, you know, experience or lack of. And I think he's done a great job. And I think the coaches definitely see that, and he's done an amazing job in camp.
I mean, did you put on 15 pounds in the offseason, or did you actually not really play it? Because you were listed 236 last year. Did you play a little bigger or smaller than that? And what was the thinking, and sort of adding a few more pounds, or did it just kind of happen?
It just kind of happened, honestly. You know, we have a great weightlifting staff as a whole, so, you know, they work with me, and, you know, I am where I am now.
Did you play at 236?
Yeah, I was roughly around there last year. I'm currently like at 250 right now.
Yeah. Has it done anything for you?
Oh, definitely. You know, just make me feel stronger as a whole.
Raise your hand. We'll get you a microphone.
Tremaine, what's a part of your game from last year to this year that you saw or felt like needed improvement?
Just playing without thinking. You know, let my instincts take me to the ball, and just playing faster as a whole. You know, getting that defensive click with the whole defensive unit, and just going out there just playing fundamental football.
In the back.
Tremaine, just as a whole, this defense seemed to really make some strides last year. How good do you think this defense can be this coming year?
The sky's the limit for this defense. You know, we come out each and every day with the mindset to be the best. You know, so we want to continue to do that throughout the rest of the camp, and just go out there and be the best that we can be.
So what's it been like kind of being a leader of the running back squad, and what have you seen out of the guys that are younger than you?
It's been really fun. I mean, a lot of guys are learning. They're picking it up quick. We're focusing on, like, all technique stuff and, you know, being really sound in our technique. So it's going really well.
What do you think of Jalen Holston so far? What does having a bigger running back like that bring to the table?
He's been having a really good camp. He's been showing that he's explosive, that he has power, that he can finish runs. So he's been looking really good in camp and everything.
I think just based on the way they shuttled guys in and out of the offense last year, that the coaches were still kind of looking for something at running back. Now that you're in your second year in the system, is there something that's changed in terms of comfort for you? Or does it feel different at all this year?
There's definitely. I just feel a lot more comfortable out there. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm looking at. So, I mean, just being in the system for a year, you get to, figure out things that you didn't know the year before. So, I'm just trying to improve each and every day while I'm out here.
Where does that specifically show up? I mean, give me an example of something that you recognize this year.
Every front that's out there, I want to know every front that's out there. I want to know what blitzes that I'm going up against. So just simple stuff, just football stuff that you got to, really hone into.
Coach Cornelson was talking about the importance of pass blocking for you guys and what that really means at that position. How important has that been stressed, in camp early on here?
Definitely been stressed by Coach Burden and all the coaches. It's really important to keep the quarterback from, getting sacked and everything like that. Protection is a big key in, offensive schematic schemes and everything like that. So, it's a big time emphasis.
I would imagine when you're a young running back, you're just thinking, I want to get carries. This coaching staff seems to drum into the mind that more important stuff happens when you're not touching the ball. Is that gotten through to everybody at this point? That
Definitely.
It's not always about touches?
Every time you're out there on the field, you want to execute your play. You got to do your job every play. So each and every down when I'm out there, I focus on doing my job and doing the small things right, focusing on little details and things like that.
Your Australian rules punter holding on kicks. Why was that a good fit? Why was
it's more people do that around the country. Biggest reason for us is they're always together working throughout practice. So like CJ right now, Carroll's our backup guy, but they kind of miss that time, throughout practice to work together. So they're always together, and you hope that guy's a little bit, an athlete too, just in case you want to do some things there. So, but the biggest deal with Oscar is just understanding the rules and the situation. We've been doing hurry field goal and understanding, seeing the clock and all them other little things, how important all them things are. So, but most of it's just because they get to work together. They're with each other all day, and you get more reps with them working. So.
Speaking of Oscars, is he your punter, or is it unsettled at all?
Well, I tell you, we've been real happy with Jordan Stout, out of Honeacre, and we knew it. We were getting a good one when he came in, and we're proud to have him. But he's doing a good job, not just punting but field goal kicking too. And we anticipate Oscar, at this point, but I think he knows he's got to go to work every day and continue to do well. So, and that's what you want at all positions, not. Just at wide out, but also with your specialists too. And I think you continue to get better and provide more depth. And so, but Jordan, the great thing about Jordan, he can do more things. He can do several things too. So, which makes him a little more valuable. So.
You said Oscar is an athlete. The rugby skills, does that translate if you
a little bit, because that's a pretty competitive sport in Australia, so, but it's still a lot different on all the rules, and that's probably my biggest concern now, on different things, and a lot of them are small things, but both them guys are doing really well, punting the balls, so we feel good with that situation. Now, scheme-wise, it's a little different. Where it's tough is because one's a lefty and one's a righty, so it has to do with kind of your protection and where guys are placed a little bit. So we still, there ain't nothing for sure, but right now Oscar would be the guy if we had to play today. So, but Jordan's doing a great job competing with him.